Welcome to the channel, and today we'll be revisiting Eminem's first song on his first album, Infinite, that released in 1996. Infinite was the first song on Eminem's first album, Infinite. That was a commercial failure, and Infinite was remixed and remastered in November 2016 to mark the 20th anniversary of Infinite, an album that remains officially unavailable in music stores. As we dive into Eminem's first song on this album, remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're a huge fan of Eminem, you've come to the right place. Eminem starts the intro of the song and introduces himself. This is a brand new Eminem at this point.
It's Eminem, baby. Back up in the motherfucking ass.
Eminem before now was part of the group Soul Intent, and before this album he was known as Eminem, and this was the first time Eminem introduced the word to the new and improved Eminem as we know him today. In the next line, Eminem adds that we represent the 313. This is the area code of Detroit, which shows that Eminem has been representing Detroit right from the beginning. Eminem starts the first verse with this.
Paper cause a chain reaction to get your brain relaxing. A zaniac, the maniac in action.
Eminem here states that his lyrics have the ability to create a chemical reaction in which the lyrics themselves promote or spread the reaction and create a series of events, each caused by the previous one. And zany in that bar means amusingly unconventional and idiosyncratic. This is how Eminem describes his style and its effects on listeners, and he continues.
A brainiac in fact, son, you mainly lack attraction. You look insanely whack when just a fraction of my tracks run.
Here, Eminem is stating how his skills are levels above other rappers, and even a preview of his tracks are enough to reveal that they do not compare. And Eminem continues by stating that his rhyming skills got you climbing hills, and this is Eminem implying that other rappers flee, cut and run as soon as they realize he's so much better than them. And this could also imply that the effects of his lyrics on the brain elevates thinking. Eminem also builds on the effects of his skills on other rappers.
I'm sliming grills and roaches with spray to disinfect.
Eminem compares his lyrics here to pesticide sprays that take out whack rappers, which he refers to as roaches. With a spray which implies spit and flow, it takes out inferior rappers, and the next bars make it clear that they end up giving up their rap careers since he's so much better, and Eminem states he's twisting necks of rappers till their spinal column disconnects to follow the previous bars. This song has the effects of getting listeners high, and Eminem states,
With this index and check the monologue, turn your system up, twist them up and indulge in the marijuana smoke.
Of course, when this was released, it was released on cassette tapes, and monologue in that bar means a long speech by someone, which is Eminem in this case. While the song has effects on the brain, Eminem suggests that listeners roll up some weed to spicing things up since
This is the season for noise pollution, contamination.
with the marijuana smoke that Eminem referred to in the previous bar, he is also implying that his unconventional rap style and lyrics that are raw and uncut are polluting the environment at the same time, since listeners have never heard an MC spit this way. In the next bars, Eminem refers to whack rappers as cartoons.
Examination of more cartoons than animation.
So Eminem is implying that rappers who end up on the radio because they sound pop are fake as cartoons. Eminem then continues and states that he's here for Doc Rapper interrogation. And Doc in that bar means a gullible or easily fooled person, or simply an easy target for any kind of trickery. And Eminem follows this up with implying that he takes out rappers swiftly, hence the bar, no time to be staring gazing, and ends the first verse with this.
Turn the stage into a barren wasteland of infinite.
At this point, Eminem was just rhyming, but this is pretty much what rap became after he blew up, since he's been occupying the upper echelons of hip-hop for 2 decades now. The chorus revolves around Eminem being an addict to modern beats, and since he's unable to stop this practice, is infinite, and killing beats is something that will never stop for him. Eminem starts the second verse by implying that he's ready for another session of modern beats.
Bust it, I let the beat commit so I can beat the sense in your elite defense.
Busted in that bar is Eminem stating that he's ready, just as I described earlier, and Beat the Sense in Your Elite Defense is Eminem stating that he's going to penetrate the deepest parts of the mind of listeners, especially those with doubt. So he's going to leave resisting minds defeated by the time he's done and win them over with his skills. In the next bars, Eminem shows us how he handles beef with other rappers.
Got some meat to mince, a crew that's stomping into featurings.
Meat to mince in that bar is Eminem implying that he has some beef to cut into small pieces, or basically grind, and he does this with his bare feet, and when he's done turning rappers and their crew to goo, he can't be walking around with blood on his feet, so of course he rinses their blood off. Eminem then states how he intends to treat his fans.
I greet the gents and ladies, I spoil loyal fans, I foil your plans and leave fluids leaking like oil pans.
Regardless of gender, Eminem is respectful to his fans and will give them an excess of what they want from him, hence spoiling them. And for those against him, he makes sure to spoil their plans and leave them wounded when he's done with them, which he states as leave fluids leaking in that bar. From the beginning, Eminem has referred to his lyrics as weapons, and here he refers to the mic in a similar way when he grabs it.
My coil hands around this microphone are lethal. One thought in my cerebral is deeper than a jeep full of people.
Anytime he's on the mic, MCs should fear for their careers as he has the ability to end them without leaving room for stargazing as he deals the final blow on the mic. And the Jeep reference in that bar is a play on how the suspensions of the car goes low when a lot of people are seated in a Jeep compared to when it's empty. And Eminem is confident in his ability that he believes he can have a go at a group of MCs and take them all out on his own. And Eminem summarizes how this process takes place by stating this.
Imitator, intimidator, stimulator, simulator of data, eliminator.
So here is implying that he intimidates copycat MCs that imitate, and his lyrics also have the ability to stimulate the brain of listeners. So while he's vicious on the mic, he also has the ability to produce deep lyrics that provoke thoughts. He's also able to take in data, compute it, and use it as an advantage to eliminate whack rappers, which is implied by the simulator and eliminator beats of that bar. Rappers also better watch out for him and take things seriously, or else they will pay with dire consequences.
Fuck around and catch all the venereal diseases.
Fuck around in that bar means to joke around, and Eminem uses this as a metaphor to describe the fate of those who think this is a joke by stating that they will end up with venereal diseases, which pretty much means they will end up getting diseases contracted by sexual intercourse, and Eminem ends the second verse shortly after. The final verse starts and Eminem drops this.
And I've been clever ever since my residence was hesitant to do some shit that represents the MO.
MO in that bar means Detroit, and before the collapse of the manufacturing industry in Detroit, Detroit was the US automobile capital and was known as the Motor City. Eminem here is stating that many rappers are not acknowledging and representing Detroit, and MO in that bar also means the way a particular person tends to do things and is the abbreviation of modus operandi, which is Eminem also stating that these rappers do not have a unique style or care for originality. MO in that bar is also pronounced like ammo, and this connects well with the next bar since Eminem talks about the monster in him that always wants to kill MCs. The next bars are a clever play on how Eminem intends to take out rappers that rip off the style of others.
Mike Nessler, slamming like a wrestler, here to make a mess of a lyric smuggling embezzler.
Mike Nessler in that bar implies that he's so comfortable and effortless when he's spitting on the mic, but to posers in the game, the effects is slamming, which implies the attack is critical, and it also implies that he's extremely good. Those that made it into the rap game by accident, or who don't belong in the game, now have to run for the hills whenever he's on the mic, or risk getting exposed as phonies. Eminem then moves on and even makes up words like specialer to describe how he's unique, and because of this, entire rap crews go back to the drawing board, back to training just to try to keep up with him, and Eminem describes this as sending a crew back to school, and continues with,
I'd rather let a tactical track tickle your fancy.
This is a play on the idiom to tickle one's fancy, which means to appeal to one, be to one's liking, or taste. So Eminem would rather use his skills as an MC to tickle the fancy of listeners through well-laid and thoughtful spitting. Given Eminem's upbringing and what he had to go through in life, Eminem states this.
So this is for my family, the kid who had a cameo on my last 10, plus the man who never had a plan B.
Eminem here is probably referring to Proof or Soul Intent group member Chaos Kid, and since rapping was all they knew how to do, of course hip-hop was the only plan they had, hence the bar never had a plan B. It's also important to add that the two people Eminem was probably referring to here are now deceased. Proof was shot and killed in 2006 and Chaos Kid committed suicide in 2011. In the chorus of the track, Eminem stated that he was sent to hell for murdering beats, he served his time and came back, but he's still falling for temptation to keep murdering beats and touches on this here again.
Be all you can be, cause once you make an instant hit, I'm tensed a bit and tempted.
Hit here is a play on murder and how he gets tempted to continue murdering when his friend's murder. But this is all related to the murder of instruments, and Eminem follows up that line with "when I see the sins my friends commit." Eminem has been dope from the beginning, but since Infinite is not officially available in music stores, most of its tracks are unknown by Eminem fans, including this one. If you'd like to support the channel, consider donating to our PayPal at the link in the description. Thanks for watching, leave your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this.